I want to document my experience with breaking into cybersecurity. Currently, right now, I'm working as an IT technician for a company called ATech Plus, who are vendors for another company called Hotwire Communication that is based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And they basically are an ISP company that take care of a bunch of different sites. They take care of the internet connection. They mainly run with fiber optic cables. So basically, what takes place as an IT technician is that I am responsible for setting up fiber optic cables at multiple different sites, sometimes, apartments, apartment complexes, different buildings, right? And basically what we do is we take these wires and we run them through walls, pipes, and we basically just pull different fibers to different levels of the building and basically connect them to units so everybody can have a seamless connection of fast internet speed. Now, this job can be very taxing. A lot of, hands-on physical labor. Sometimes we have to drill holes in walls. Sometimes we have to dig trenches in the hot summer sun of Miami, Florida. And it can be tiring, right? But it's also very interesting to see how these things are done. I remember, before working in tech, I always wondered, like, how actually do they go about setting up these wires in these buildings, right? You have, fast internet speed in whatever apartment that you live at. Sometimes, randomly in the day, you're just like, well, how does this Ethernet cable, how is it just here? What is exactly the process of how these people who are responsible for setting up this infrastructure, how do they actually go about running these wires? What exactly do they do? To be able to have a first-hand experience on, seeing how it's actually done has definitely been an experience that I don't take for granted. It's fun to be able to see how they actually do it, and not only do I see how they set up two buildings, but I also see how they actually do it underground with pipes being planted, and to be able to run fiber through underground, infrastructure has definitely been an interesting experience. And as somebody who's interested in tech, I mean, anything related to internet speed or just technology can always, be really interesting. That is basically what I've been going through, and what I've been experiencing, being a part of job role in this job position. And I've been learning a lot, and I will continue to learn, as much as I possibly can, and to be able to soak up all this information on how these things actually work in the real world. But of course, at the end of the day, this isn't exactly what I would like to be doing. I'm sure you guys have seen my previous videos if you're watching this video right now, and you could understand that I am very, very passionate about ethical hacking. I'm very much so more interested in the technical side of things, being able to configure computers, troubleshoot, actually understand the software part or the software side of things and how that aspect works. But of course, that's not really what I'm doing right now. However you really want to look at it, I'm not exactly particularly in that domain of cybersecurity, which is okay, right? I mean, we all start somewhere, and at the end of the day, I'm in the tech space, right? The things I'm doing on a day-to-day basis is experience that I could use as leverage to further propel my career. So, this is really a grinding phase of life that I'm truly going through. I'm not particularly doing exactly what I want to do in terms of a career. So what I fundamentally have to do is spend time learning and developing the skill set of the domain of cybersecurity that I want to break into, right? So what does that mean? That basically means that any chance that I get outside of work, I am using that time to study as much as I can to become a better hacker, right? Before work, I'm studying. After work, I'm studying. On my lunch break, I'm studying. Anytime I have free time to myself, I am dedicating that to becoming a better ethical hacker. This is basically what you need to do. This is the cost, right? In order to get something, you must have to give up something. You have to sacrifice. I live in Florida, so I could be, every time I get off work, I could go straight to the beach. I could enjoy the sun. I could go to the pool and relax. But of course, those things don't necessarily benefit me to the goal that I want to make a reality. Everything, comes with a cost. If I was to just chill and relax and lay back, well, fundamentally, I am costing those dreams that I want to achieve. So at the end of the day, every choice that you make, you are losing something. You are sacrificing something. Like I said, I am very much so going through a grinding season of life, and I'm sure that there's a bunch of people who could be watching watching that are could relate to the season of life that I'm going through, right? Maybe they're, working a job that they particularly don't really enjoy, and they're also using every single time, every single waking minute, second, hour, learning and dedicating their time to learning a specific domain that they want to get to. It's just how the game is played, right? This is the reality. But I just want to say to those people who are also going through this phase that, you're not alone, right? I think I'm just really here to say that this is the phase of life that I'm going through. And of course, I want to be truly as transparent as I possibly can, right? Even though the job that I'm working at is interesting and it's tech related, it's definitely taxing and it's tiring, and it's not exactly what I want to do, even though it is in the tech industry, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I want more. I proceed. I want to grow. I want to get better, and I also want to spend time doing something that I'm passionate about. I think at the end of the day, as long as you don't give up and you keep going, you will achieve what you fundamentally want out of life.